right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It was absolutely insane in the market today. We came into the weekend, or to the week from the weekend, thinking that it was just small, positive, constructive talks between us and China, only to wake up to Scott Bessent saying that they are temporarily lowering tariffs between China and the United States while we negotiate. So that was enough to bring us up about 3-4%. And believe it or not, today was the second best day of 2025. The other good day was literally, or the best day, the 90-day trade pause that we initially got. So it was wild. It brought us up. Oh, man, there's a lot we got to talk about. Make no mistake, bro. It brought us up right to 58.45. And this level should look very familiar because we put this on the watch list 2 weeks ago. This is exactly your high of the day today. Exactly the high end of the range. So we're going to talk about it. I'm sure you feel and see and hear a lot of emotions all over the investing world, but we got a big day tomorrow with CPI. We got a couple more events this week. We're going to hear from Trump and Saudi Arabia. We're going to hear more about this deal. They said they haven't papered it yet, but there's going to be so many more follow-ups. So it's wild. And you think I'm going to get through the intro without the long term at all-time highs? No, you think I was going to let that, a new high on the small account? A brand new high. Yeah, you think I was going to, no. Oh, I got the wire covering it. I'm not even going to let the wire play you, bro. Oh, yeah. So we got a lot to talk about, baby. We got a lot to talk about. I hope you're ready for all of it, the data and more. I got the Twitch up and running. Yeah, I've changed my computer around. We're going to see, so I think it's going to move a lot better. But what up, baby? Good evening. Pizza. Good evening. Pizza. Oh, Caesar. Zulraz, Noah, Tim Whitman, Laurie, King Kong, Johnny Stallings. Good evening. What up, Amir? What up, Ivy? What up, Lucky Soldier, Ansel, Connor, Tyree, Connor. Oh, there's the Chad. JG, Jacobin, Mo. What's up, baby? How you living, Peso? What up, vacation? Oh, my gosh, Mia. Oh, Trey, Internet Warrior, Candy, Chelsea, Jimmy, Richard. Oh, y'all got long terms. What up, Twitch? I missed you today. I'm not going to lie. I missed you guys a little bit. I missed the stepchild. What up, Bagel? What up, Mother, Liquor? What up, Ava? Slizzin, Stock Sasquatch, PhD, Carl with a K, baby. Oh, Stocks and Match. Good evening, man. How y'all living? What up, Save? How you doing, bro? How you doing, man? So I hope y'all feeling good. Oh, nightly? I get daily and night? Man, what? Yo, that's dope. I didn't know that came with it, bro. I'll take it. Good evening. So, Chattadonia, I hope you guys are ready. And, dude, you're like definitely, you're not out of the woods just yet. You're not out of the woods just yet, baby. So, let's talk about it, man. Right off the bat, like I told you, this 58.45, this is really where the FOMO sets in. I'm sure, bro. I heard the most offensive thing today on TV. Bloomberg was like, and now it's a bull market. Just right over, they acting so brand new. All of a sudden, everybody said bull market. Isn't that offensive? Well, you got a long term, so it probably doesn't offend you as much. He has indeed risen. Talk about it. He is indeed this is the Easter rally is amazing, but it actually is almost a bull market. So if you really think about it, from bottom to top now, you are up like 18 to 19% almost. Do you realize that? So you're almost at the 20% bull market. So what happened to the downside? Remember, you had a almost bear market, and then we got right at the cusp of 20%, and then we bounced back up. So do you see the problem? Although everybody's getting excited, I still believe this is a bear market rally. Now, again, even if I'm wrong, I bought the dip, asshole. Do you understand? So am I relying on this being a bear market rally? No. Should you? No, you shouldn't. So I hope you understand that out of an abundance of caution, the uncertainty, how this played out, I mean, there's a lot going on, but you are now just hitting the extremes. You've went to the downside, you've went to the upside, almost bear market. Now you're in an almost bull market. I would still have your head on the swivel. You're not out of the woods just yet. I even said this yesterday. I believe that even as we start to break out, I still think it's going to be choppy. So even if we want to come back, I will show you the Trump 1.0 versus Trump 2.0. And I mean, it's kind of telling, but this is where we are at right now. So remember, we kind of broke trend and it was looking very different. Now we're back up. By this time, you were doing a lot better under Trump 1.0, and then it started to get really choppy. It wasn't towards the end of summer, and this is when they were working out the China deals, that you started to melt up like this. So I still think we're going to get chop. I mean, it's kind of very different still from what we went through last time, but I don't think this uncertainty is going to dissipate because, remember, we were still dealing with Powell leading into all of this, and we got to wait for data and a lot of other stuff. And that's what I'm saying here now is that as we move forward, we'll talk a little bit about what happened today, but I do think that the next big major events moving forward, it's going to be the hard data or this big, beautiful bill. Oh, it's beautiful. It's amazing. There's a lot in it. BBB. We're rebranding. Kick him out. Kick out Joe, and we're going to take the logo. We'll make it better. Big, beautiful bill. Tax? You want no tax on tips? I'll do that in the bill. It's in the bill. Do you hate people? If you hate people, you'll vote against it. Only Democrats would do that. So, yeah. Donald Trump is pumping this one now, and there is a lot in it. We'll go over it a little bit more. There is details, and there's actually a ton of things in it that could be big. Let me remind you, I don't know if you guys remember, but when Joe Biden was starting in the beginning and putting his bill, this was a big deal. We were picking it apart because this is going to identify a lot of winners and losers. So keep that in mind. This isn't just something you should be glossing over. You're going to hear about this a lot more, and once we see the voting and what is really in this bill and what is actually going to get approved, this is going to start identifying the winners and losers as we move forward and the amount of deficit, like I told you guys to watch for. Again, money supply. So that's a big catalyst. Other than that, you got to just watch out for the hard data actually moving up or down. That is what Jerome Powell's waiting for. And if the market is going to freak out, yeah, maybe Donald Trump does crazy stuff, but I think you've already seen the devil already. You've kind of already seen the worst. What this all reminds me of, it's kind of a blessing and a curse, but do you guys remember all of the new CEOs? And you remember all of these companies that have put in new CEOs, and some Starbucks and Chipotle guy, they came in with really strong guidance and big turnaround plans, and everybody got excited and they came in with a bunch of good stuff. And then there's some other CEOs who came in and they were just very downbeat, or kind of just, they didn't really try to woo you with any crazy guidance. Did that sound familiar? Yeah. Well, that's what Donald Trump reminds me of, because you just front-loaded a shit ton of bad news. And I think he took over the job. He's still blaming the last CEO for the stock market, and you've dealt with a lot of bad things. So now I don't think we're getting the turnaround yet, but it will be hard to surprise us. So again, that's why I'm saying at this point now, you front-loaded a lot of bad things. Unless it's the hard data coming down or something majorly changed with the bill, then we'll see where it all leads us. But that is your first key. Watch out for that. And now let's talk a little bit more about what happened today. And I don't think today is the structural shift. So like I'm saying, we're not out of the woods just yet, but do you understand that nothing has really changed? That's why we weren't scared to the downside, but now coming back to the upside, this is the low you hit at the beginning of the year, January 13th, I believe. But for the most part, this wasn't a big shift. Even if it's on paper, as weird as that may sound, this is not, we need something, that deal, because let me put it this way, and we saw this last time. 90 days from now, what if there's no full deal with China or any other country? We're going to do this all over again. And make no mistake, I don't think Donald Trump gives a shit. Do you understand? So I think all of these are very good signs, but we still need something very big, get all of these in the rear view mirror once and for all, and then let the hard data and earnings start to reflect. This might take a year. That's when you're going to really understand this is like solid. Other than that, the way that I would explain what we just got, this was a major de-escalation all across the board. Do you guys realize in the last couple of days or couple of weeks, you have quietly almost de-escalated everything? China now went from virtual trade embargo to now there's a 10% to 30% tariff in between the countries. And now all the other countries are chilling. Canada, Mexico, no one's really crying. You know, now you have this brand new set of pullbacks. You have a Pakistan ceasefire. I just had a bunch of fucking 20-year-olds tell me, the nuclear powers. How come spy no down? Nuclear, how come? Because you haven't read a history. You read more on gamma squeezes than you did history, brother. That's how. So that got de-escalated. What else? There's prisoner releases in Iran. You have Zelensky. Think about it quietly. You had that peace deal, and you're one step closer to the Russia-Ukraine thing. Like I said, you just saw the devil not too long ago, and you just dealt with a lot of negative things, and now a lot of things are optimistic. Are things better, and can we deal with problems in the future? Yes, I don't think uncertainty is out of the question, but now you got to really play a game of Russian roulette and have things get really scary again before you start to see that level of fear ever. Again, that was actually a very, very wild thing of what we went through. So keep that in mind, but what I would say today was a big de-escalation. It meets the narrative. Again, we still got a month or two of a bear market rally, but wait for the hard data, see what the build provides. Anything could change at a moment, but at the end of the day, now at this zone, we still need to close above where we were at today. We came up to the zone, so after tomorrow, after the data and everything else, let's see where we're at. And this is one way to sum it up, man. This is what I was going to tell you guys today. So I'll say it. I couldn't keep this quiet, bro. But this is it. You want to know how I know today was a good deal? Nobody was talking crap about China. That's how I know it was a good deal. That's it. Not one person talking about China caving, about, China just saved face majorly. Bro, Trump, we got everything we wanted. What do you mean? We just played Russian roulette and they're like, I'm good. Literally, the white guy from New York came out winning in Russian roulette. And again, who knows how good or bad China really is right now. But, dude, yeah, this is, like I said, this was perfect. Because now China walking away, no disrespect. That's what I'll say, media. If you want to blow this deal up, talk shit about China. That's what I'm saying. If they really want to, that's because it doesn't make sense. No one said shit about this at all. China is, that's it. China, because it's a win. It's a win for China. It's a win for everybody. That's the reality of the situation. That's it. We all win, whether you like Trump or not, everyone wins if we could calm down, work. Again, everybody got to make progress. And if no one's talking smack, China saves space. I mean, there you go. So I thought that was very interesting, but I think that was one of the big things that tells you, like, yeah, today was something did big. This was big. Again, we came into the weekend thinking it was just constructive talks, and then they said they're pausing and lowering. And remember, coming into this weekend, I don't think anybody had this priced in. I don't think anybody thought we were going to get a deal. Like I told you, there's many ways this could go, but at the end of the day, like, dude, think about it. How many people were like, yeah, you were going to walk away with both sides dropping tariffs temporarily by 80-90%. Nobody said that. Nobody thought that. Not one person. So, yeah, I mean, I did tell you a while ago, once China provides the stimulus, that means they're ready to to cave kind of, and they know what's up. But the way this played out over the weekend, oh man, I think this, again, Trump did tell you to buy stocks, but this was something that, like I said, it was a big development. I don't even think it's hard for even China to get mad, but until there's more of a structural shift, this was just a major de-escalation on a lot of fronts. Geopolitical, from trade war to, again, these other conflicts. A lot of things just calmed down. So thought that was very interesting, but that is key number 2. And now finally, coming into tomorrow, my friends, CPI, okay? So sadly, and you know, but sadly, I think CPI is going to be a nothing burger. Now, I hope you could read, so you could read the estimates as well, but otherwise, I think tomorrow is a nothing burger. Now, maybe if there is a major surprise in sticky core, then yeah, that might be able to cause something. Other than that, you just got to watch out for any pump fakes, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal. The numbers expected to come in a little higher. If you remember, core CPI actually came in lower, but I think there's more things to focus on. And, you know, maybe people will get caught off guard, but other than that, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. So watch out for it. We'll see how it plays, but mainly, I do think it comes down to Powell and then whatever we get with Walmart earnings and then Saudi. And I was saying this, we heard news after the bell, but Trump is going to meet the Saudis. He might even pull up on Ukraine and Zelensky so that they could broker a ceasefire. That could be another headline in the cards, but the Saudi and the chips, that would be another thing to watch out for. So keep your eyes out for that. Other than that, though, again, bad and hot inflation will be bad. Low inflation will be good, but like I said, you're already riding a train now, and really we just got to close above the FOMO zone, watch what happens with the hard data. Tomorrow will be part of that, but we'll see how it kind of ties into the broader theme and whether or not we get any more curveballs, or does it go from front-loading the bad news to front-loading the good news. But now, let us get into the plays. So, right off the bat, I got one or two plays. I really only have one play today because I don't want you to be confused. There was a lot of plays today. We hit big on our China plays. Again, the Pinduo duos and some other ones. I woke up with some nice one. I got washed on Apple plays. I had some with more time, and those hit today. So there were some nice plays. Made a couple plays on Core Weave and a few others intraday. So I like that. And there was even the biotech moves, but I want to make today simple because I think if and only if we get a crazy risk-on move, I have the play for you, and there's only one and only play. Oh, yeah, we did hit a 2,000%er on Sats. I forgot about that. Yeah, we did that too. But I have a play for you. I got another one for you, just in case. Honestly, just like I told you, Boeing, K-Web, make your life easier, okay? But I have one play you could focus on if we get crazy risk on. It is a cohort of plays. And that play, my friend, is crypto. So, literally, global liquidity is surging. Crypto was the winner, and it was the leader, and it's still been the leader. Even if we rip and, equities go up, gold has been going down. That hasn't been the case with crypto. And again, a lot of people, we're not cutting rates, but the rest of the world is, right? Global liquidity is through the roof. So, yeah, I think the crypto plays, if you don't have to, again, if the market gets confusing, there's a lot. I don't think you have to waste your time. Just pay attention. It's already outperforming. The only risk is that it underperforms. But if it starts to take the lead, it's probably going to track global liquidity, and it's in the lead. So I'd watch out for any of the crypto plays, and that might be an easy risk-on area if you feel like you need to chase. So that's what I'm going to be looking at trading-wise. Otherwise, I'm really good and fast at the news, so I'll have those plays. But if you don't got it like that, like I'm saying, this could be the risk-on move that you could focus on. So like I'm saying, I don't want to muddy the waters with a bunch of other plays. This is the one to focus on, and this is important. So keep your eyes out for it. But that is play number one. And then play number two, like I'm saying, This is, yeah, you could do MSTR, KWeb, or not KWeb, BETO. Again, be very careful. It's still really risky, but like I'm telling you, if we start breaking past the FOMO zone, if we're near all-time highs on equities before you know it, again, crypto's already Bitcoin. Maybe I should rephrase that. Bitcoin plays, MSTR, Bitcoin. Maybe not all crypto. Maybe that was a bad way to phrase it, because, again, crypto is the one that is fucking going. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, the general idea is that global liquidity, rate cuts, everything else, people start feeling good. It's already leading the way. The flow's everywhere. So if people are feeling good, that one might be the one. Again, if FOMO really kicks in, then yeah, Bitcoin people are really going to start going crazy. Imagine if now FOMO kicks in before U.S. stocks hit a new high. What do you think the FOMO will be if Bitcoin hits a new high before that? Ta-da! So yeah, we will see. So keep your eyes out for that. But that's play number one, and really your only play. Because, dude, the second play is long-term, bro. Okay, and we got to talk about this, because I'm going to talk about it again. You know why? Because I gave you this talk when I bought the fucking plays. You know that? But we're going to have this talk again. But long-term, what do you mean? My long-term's all-time highs, bro. How can we not talk about it? So here's the sad part. My job is done. Why? Because in the middle of the battle, I was buying right in front of you. Okay? So do not ask me to buy now. Unfortunately, that was your opportunity. But the more unfortunate part is that if we continue to go up and you're like, oh, Josh just said I missed my opportunity, you're going to further miss out. And then if it comes back down, you're going to get mad because you paid an extra 20% to be down. So do you see the problem? This is why I said a couple weeks ago, and I reminded you to choose your frustration. Does this phrase sound familiar? Do you remember me telling you to choose your frustration? Because unfortunately, this is what happens in bear markets and bull markets and bear market rallies and Trump and volatility. This is why I said I've made and lost a lot of friends in my life and on this channel, and this is one of those reasons. Because when the market, and you go through these moves, and then you're at the very doldrums, and the market looks terrible, and then it bounces, anything you bought was such an amazing play, and then if you buy it while it's already up, and then it comes back down, you get mad, or if you miss the bottom, and you're like, no, I'm not buying that, it goes up again. The last time I bought Meta, and then I missed NVIDIA, and I thought NVIDIA would come back down. It never came back down, actually. It went up 10,000%, I think, before it came down to $5 I was waiting for. You know that? I know, sad. But I got Meta, but it doesn't matter. The point is, if you get caught at the wrong time, it's very easy to get frustrated. So, mentality, being in the game, long-term plan. Remember, little by little is the key with the long-term. Right now, if you want to buy, you have FOMO, go for the names that haven't moved 20% off the lows. Again, Pepsi, there's a few other names that are still right at the bottom. You could still pick them up, but some of the names we just bought, I wouldn't really be going for them 20% higher. So, like I'm saying, though, unfortunately, you were supposed to make this decision a couple weeks ago because you have to choose your frustration. Again, last time I told you this, the gap wasn't 20% on some of these names. And that's why I'm saying now, if it goes up more, are you going to be mad if you missed out? If it comes down, are you going to be mad that you overpaid? So remember, you need a long-term plan. I would make up your mind and live with whichever one you are more comfortable living with. Let that be your guiding decision. You know, now, like I said, I wanted to hold cash. It hit a level I had to buy, and I bought, and I'm glad for now. Maybe I'll be disappointed, but now, right away, we still got a little bit of cash. I didn't use all of it, and now we're waiting, and that's what I'm going to be looking for. But there's only, again, the list of names that I like. There's still a big list, but now that list is dwindling after the last couple of weeks, and now as FOMO and aggressive price moves come back in, you know, it's, yeah, like this market feels good and it's nice, but at the end of the day, it's like, yo, it's not, you know, if I just had an opportunity 30% lower, why would I take it now? I'm not going to pay 30% higher, you know. So, yeah, we're going to work it in and find out names. But, again, my plan is still cash. If you have a lot or a little bit of cash, you got to decide and pay attention to what's still there. So company by company, otherwise, you still got time though. And I do think things will change by the end of the year, but make up your decision and go little by little, my friend, and you will be good, okay? Amen? Amen. Because of your guidance, no H, I finally feel I could sit back. Why would you have to preface it with that? That's a crazy preface. But I appreciate it. I'm glad, bro. That's why I was very grateful, man. I said it today, bro. You know, I'm very glad of everything we've done in the long term. And you guys hear me talk a lot of shit about Bloomberg and all these people, but screw them, because like I'm saying, man, I feel great knowing that thousands of people just dodged a gigantic bullet. And, you know, we were able to help. And I was able to put you guys in a great effing position leading into it all the way down to waiting, bro. We did good so far. So, God willing, we continue to do better. I don't think the job is done. And, you know, we got this far by not really caring. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing to celebrate. Maybe it's good for now, but maybe it's not. And we got to keep going. But like I'm saying, you know, it's a good thing. And you see it. A lot of people came out winners here. And you get to come out a winner at at historically a time that people haven't ever witnessed, bro. So this is a very, very good thing, and I'm very, very glad, and I hope that is what you were able to get out of it. So if not, you still have time, I believe. But again, I do think you got to make good decisions, and that's why too. Even if you're doing good now, even the philos, I've been saying it, bro. Again, if you turn into a wicked servant, the market owes you nothing. Just because you did good for these 5 years leading up to this moment, you do bad for a year, the market doesn't give a shit. I'm telling you, abandon what you've learned. If you go back on it, bro, make no mistake, you know, saying that's why I'm saying just how I believe that somebody who may have messed up, you know, you could easily get back on board. And again, vice versa, you may be ahead, but don't blow it. So we got a lot more work to do, but end of the day, I hope you guys were safe, and that's why I'm annoying, because look at what we just did, and look at what you're walking away from, and thousands of people, man. For us to do this is amazing, and pick up great plays, and to have the performance, and now for God knows what the future holds, man. Oh, this is amazing, bro. This is amazing. So, yeah, on that note, get a long term. I hope your long term does good. Your long terms are enough for a down payment. Again, even the small account is growing rapidly. So remember, this is a $300 a month account. So it's crazy. So again, just even 2013 or whatever, what was that, 13 grand. So again, even the small account is it's hitting big digits. But turn it to a house, you guys. That's what I talked about today, and I was saying 5 years in, you know, this is the path to getting $1 million. Like I'm saying, you could work at McDonald's, make $36,000 a year. And if you've been following along, you got this down payment now. If you got a W-2 job, you could literally parlay this account into a house and still have a long-term. Walk away with a long-term and now a house. And now, again, if that house and stocks in the other 5 years, that is a great pathway, my friend. Oh, yeah. If you have a house, what do you mean? You get another one. You keep growing. You get more. Let me put it this way. How many stocks are in your portfolio? You didn't be like, oh, Josh, I already have one stock. Oh, I already own Meta. I can't buy any more. No, you bought everything. You bought everything you could. So there you go. And but find a good deal. Same thing with stocks, you know, just like we do with houses, just like we do with stocks. You wait for a good deal, you look, and you be ready for it, and you act. But yeah, the small account's crazy, bro. So again, the previous high at February 19th was 27.7, and now we hit 27.8, 27.9 today. Yeah, man, that's it. I'm telling you, this is what I've been saying, and this is where I hope these last 5 years could inspire more of you and maybe some of your friends, because guess what? I think this account and what a lot of Chads have done is a reality check. You mother effers, it doesn't matter how much money you make. It matters with how much money you keep and how you invest it. And that way, you don't have to make a lot of money. Even if you work a normal ass job and you play your cards right like this, we're talking a homeowner, we're talking ass, you could get whatever you want, bro. You see what I'm saying? Comfortable living, that this is in reach. Anybody. But you have to keep it and you got to save it. And that's what I'm trying to show you. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you make 100 grand, 200, 300. If you blow that money, it doesn't matter. If you don't invest it, again, I know many people like this and vice versa. There's many of you faithfully. And that's what I'm saying. Let's go though. There's another level and it may feel good. And some of you may have reached a level like, wow, there's another level we're going to go to. And that's where the house is and other stuff. And we're going to keep going back and forth. But it doesn't matter how much money you make. You got to keep it and apply it. And you do this well, the littlest amount of money over and over parlayed. We're talking assets. We're talking growth. And you walk away with something big. Like we said, what you walk away with, that's going to be the key, baby. That's going to be the key. So yeah, on that note, is there any questions? How do you know when you're ready to purchase? You find the deal. The deal. You could be ready, you could be not ready, but if a deal is there, you're ready. When the deal falls in your lap, will you know it? Will you be able to act? See, that's what I'm saying. By the time you start hunting, by the time you find your deal, by the time the deal is there, it's time. Because again, the deals don't just happen. Yo. I think the dollar will strengthen for a little bit. Again, look at the euro and all of that. Again, I think we're walking back this whole end of the dollar thing, but ultimately hard data trade in the real, structural what happens with trade in these deals, that will determine everything. What percentage of a stock in a portfolio is a stopping point? Just all depends, because sometimes stocks really grow and could outsize it. Usually 20% or 30% you're over levered, but I let my winners run. So as long as you're not adding to it, I would just let it run. Or if you feel like it is appreciated too much, you should start looking for the next asset to move those profits into, aka real estate. I'm hype, man. Life is good. Let's go, baby. God willing. If you believe in the future, you'll invest in the future. We talked about that today, baby. So amen. And if you believe there's opportunity, you're going to start, if you think someone cooking, you're going to start smelling. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who's been at the gym for a while, just go little by little, man. Easy ass workouts, bro. That's how I got back into it. I would just go walk on the treadmill for a little bit, just get active, lift a couple weights, and go home. That's it. Nothing heavy, bro. I still don't lift heavy. That's it. Even today, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Today, I didn't really work out that hard. I'm kind of tired, and I felt like I got a good pump, but I didn't work out that hard. You know why? Because I forgot to put on deodorant, and I was a smelly mother effer, and it bothered me, and you know what I'm saying, and I couldn't get my full range of motion in because the BO. So, and then I just couldn't, so I said, fuck this. I just went home. But yeah, see, I got active, still moved around, I still pumped a little. I did 5 sets. 5 different, I still did mostly triceps. I only got to work out chest a little bit. It's too stanky. That's too much. It wasn't funny. I didn't like it. It bothers me. So I was like, man. Went to the hospital. You might have rhabdomyolysis. Okay. Yeah, what's that? It's smelly. Well, be careful. Everyone's getting sick again. Everybody's been getting sick. I've been talking to a lot of people getting sick. Send your portfolio for guidance? No. I'll tell you, what do you need? You got to follow the rules. I'm telling you, have you seen Willy Wonka? I am Willy Wonka. Okay? And I do want you to buy me a house one day. But I'm giving away the chocolate factory. But you see what I'm saying? You just got to follow the rules. So, one day we'll do portfolio reviews. But we need a big emphasis on following the rules. All you got to do is keep it simple. And follow general principles. And you will be good to go. Because that is where everybody is failing. I'm telling you. All it is that, and then everyone's starting over. It's actually a sick cycle. It's disgusting if you think about it. Do you know how many people encounter me, and they encounter me because they want fast, quick money, right? They're like, stocks. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. They're like, yeah, I know, right? And they want it, right? And then they go, then it goes, they get a little bit of fast, quick money, and then it doesn't work. And then they disappear. And the market goes crazy again, then they come back years later. And then they do the same exact thing. All you're going to do is rush to get clapped to start over again in a couple years. Whoever knows. That's it. That's why. Just stick to the rules. Start with it now. Once you just accept it's going to be slow and little by little, that's it. And you're just going to start now and you'll get it. Otherwise, that's the problem. You're going to keep seeing the small account and this, and it'll just get bigger and bigger. But if you keep stopping and starting over, that's what's not going to allow you to get this even little by little momentum that snowballs into a house. All right? So that's the key, and that's what I'm saying. It starts with the rules. And just little by little, like I'm telling you, you're long term. If you save 10%, you go in names 10 years minimum. Don't sell. High cash, low cash. Follow again the general amounts. Little by it would be impossible to fail. You know that. That's the beauty of the long term, because that means you would have to make 12 months of failures to really fuck it up. And if you're doing 12 months of failures, that means you are clearly not following a rule, right? So that's all we got to do, bro. So if you're in no hurry, little by little, follow the broad rules. You will see the model, but I go with just trust your gut in the sense of don't overthink it. Names names you use, 10 years hold minimum, and names will be here in 10 years. And names you got experience with, you don't got to find the next big thing. The next big thing's already in front of you, and you know about it, So and that's probably a company and use, and you're like, wow, I'll use that in 10 years. So it'll be little by little, and that's why, like, this whole year made 3 different moves. So we're going to go small, and if you're just starting, like I said, there's a couple of anchors, Pepsi, find a name that's down, but there's only a few now. If you didn't already act, and then just get used to saving, sticking with it, buying and holding, and not breaking the rules. But that, oh my goodness, life changer. The dollar is still credible. The dollar will always be credible. Like I said it a couple weeks ago. You don't remember? I said, if y'all really lost faith in your dollar, just give me it. Okay. Oh, yeah? You think it's the end of America? Give me your $100 bills. Okay, I'll give you some Iraqi dinar. How about that? Yeah. It'll be worth 20 times as much if you're right. You'll make 20x. You want some Iraq? You want some Syrian money? Huh? How about that? Yeah. You believe the bricks too? Yeah. Come on. Give me the fucking 100. Give me the hundreds right now. Then. Come on. No, serious. Come on. You lost faith? Give me all of your U.S. dollars then, please. What do you want? You want silver? I'll throw silver bricks at you. Give me your $100 bills. Come on. So that the dollar will always be credible. That's why I said even the Pakistan stuff de-escalated. And I mean this, although it's funny and I'm kind of talking shit. Y'all, I'm not talking, y'all ain't just study, bro, for real. I mean, I encourage you to, in the young guys, read history. And this is what I got interested in, bro. This is how I became like this. Because I swear, too many young guys, they know more about a gamma squeeze and puts and market makers than they know about history. And you have so many people talking. I literally saw 20-year-olds so quick to say this is the end of American dollars and America. And I'm like, dude, we dropped a nuclear bomb on Japan, dude. Do you understand the ramifications of that? I don't think you're understanding. Do you know what Vietnam was like? How bad that was, just a shit show. You do understand how terrible that is? Oh, dude, I could go down the list of American atrocities. And guess what? We still printed more money and they gobbled it up. Like Pac-Man. Everybody, give me the dollar. All of it. And look at us today. So yeah, that's why it was just whatever. I don't think that was gonna cause the dollar did not end 2 weeks ago. But we'll see. Either way, keep that in mind for the future. And again, the addiction to the US dollar is real. And I've been saying this though. This ain't even new. I've said this for a very, very long time. I'm a big, big believer in it. The dollar remains credible, but when do a majority of the people lose faith? When there's an economic crisis. That's why everybody's hell-bent on not letting that occur. If you haven't noticed that's the crazy part, because I do remember, like, oh, hey, bro, people changed. That's the crazy part, is that I don't know how, I think money and all the stimulus changed the world because it made people different because they were rich and soft. But oh, man, I remember in '08, bro, like, people just changed. Dude, people went from buying Hummer H2s to buying Priuses. People went from on top of the world to, like, humbled. It was a weird moment. Again, it went from, like, maybe there'll be a day where people will, like, rejoice. I remember when I got my first hourly job after, like, the real estate crisis, bro, that shit was a godsend. If you got a job, a minimum wage job was like, whoa, you got hired. So people changed after a really big decline. So if you want people's attitudes and really to shift, like, that's why China and, like, the youth and what's gone on over there, that's kind of an example. But it would have to be, like, I think real deflation would probably cause the failure of the dollar, or that would be the major injury that could lead to the failure. But I don't know. Until real deflation happens, I'm scared of it. But until it happens, but I still like real estate and real assets. The Excursion, I remember that. And that was 9 MPG. Man, you not what hunger feels like? Well, I think generally the world doesn't know what the hunger feels like. Just, it was different in '08. I remember that was a different time. And it was weird. Scary, bro. But I don't think people have really, because COVID was scary, but it was different. And then the way it all came together and the stimulus, it just played out a little different. Denali got 12. Oh, man. And that was when gas hit $5 a gallon, and it was on the high. With CMBS, I got the email. I haven't looked over it. Like I said, it's not too big of a priority. You seem interested in it, but I'm not. I would be more worried about residential mortgages defaulting, but commercial, it's been in a weird holding pattern of wanting to die for the last, like, 3 years. But yeah, I'll take a look at it. But I did get it. You ate people's old food out of the garbage in '08? Wow. Well, do you have a long term now? I hope you do. '08 was. Credit defaults. I think residential real estate, mortgages, and then the job market, or any other black swan, but I think at that point we'll know. What else we got? Any final questions? I'm hungry. I'm starving, actually. I've been a little fatty lately. It's good, though. It's weird. I haven't been eating my meal prep, and my weight is going down. I won't gain weight now. This is so weird. Looking at wanted ads. I remember. That's what I'm saying, bro. But I don't know. Maybe one day. If we ever came down to that, people I think people would get to that level. And cold calling. I mean, that's why. I mean, that's the thing where real estate comes into play. I did see that album cover. I'm actually going to send you another. I'm going to send you an idea if you want another crack. I have one that we need a cover for. But yeah, I did see that one. That was great. I loved it. Faux? Oh. That sounds good. We're nutrient deprived. Is that it? That might be it. I feel like a fatty lately, but then again, I haven't gotten. I thought I was gonna blow up right away, but not yet. But it's good. I need more carbs. I was on a big carb deficit. It felt like, so it's good. Thank you. All right, is that it? Should you hire a salesperson or do the selling? For your house or for a company? For a house, I would just get an agent. Get a cold agent, tell them to give you a discount, but just, even though they changed the listing rules, these houses without agents just sit still. It's a damn mafia. Company, I would use a broker. If you don't, brokers can get you in front of the right people and make sure you get good money. Just make sure you don't, give up too much. Or you could email and I could give you some feedback. Is it crazy to go 80% down on $2.5 million? I mean, interest rates are high. So honestly, because the interest rate on that loan would be really high. So not really. If you could afford it, not too bad of a deal. You might be able to leverage it to multiple properties, but I don't think that's too bad of a deal, to be honest. Again, like I'm saying, interest rates are high. Someone just said they got a 7% mortgage. 2.5 is going to be a jumbo loan. So, I mean, that's a big interest payment. That's the thing. Interest really kills you on the more expensive properties. That's why, I don't know if any of you want to rent a beach house. That's why, I might go rent me a beach house, you guys. Should we? I'm going to do it. Because if you want to buy, a crazy, $20 million house right now, you could rent it for a tenth of the price, a quarter of the price. You know that, right? Why? Because the interest rates at the fucking high end are insane. It doesn't make sense. So once you start going past 2, 3, 4, 5 million, the interest is ridiculous at these levels. I hope you realize that. So yeah, you should, if it makes sense to go that down if you can't afford it, but make sure it's a good deal. Otherwise, if you have other means to gain yield higher than that to a high rate on that loan, then you don't have to. But I like zero down, or I like no down, or little down. So yeah, very interesting. Pizza. A 10-year arm to save 0.6. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm inexperienced. Well, hit up the Colt, bro. We're in Cali. You're about to put 80 down on $2.5 million. Come on, bro. Email me. That's it. What are you doing? Or you could FOMO into a house in the Bay. But I don't know. You let me know, bro. You let me know. Tiny homes are great if you got good build, good price, and good land. And good area. Location. You went self-employed, they want to charge you 9%. No, that's normal. The normal rate right now is 6 to 7. So anything weird there, yeah. I've seen people get quoted at 11. And people will pay it. Send it. I will, baby. I will. 11, yeah. I've seen an 11%. A couple years ago, even 2 years ago, I saw 11% mortgage. Even a year ago, I think a couple months ago, LT said he funded an 11.5 or something. And the guy had to. He insisted. Do you know how many? Bro, that's what I'm saying. Even part of it, I don't think some of you guys realize, the reality. Do you know how many people? Okay, think about every motherfucker that bought a Mustang with a $1,900 payment. Okay? So every motherfucker in America that went to a car dealer and was like, I sign and I pay how much? $1,900 a month for 360 months? Deal. Right? Do you realize some of them bought houses? Oh, you're not feeling me. Do you realize that same cohort of people during the last... That's why you feel bad that you didn't buy a house when you had the opportunity. Because you're like, how did that motherfucker get a house? Because motherfucker just... he said, house? So they gave him the loan and he bought the house, right? And now his house has this thing called equity. But now, as the, economy changes, what do you think that motherfucker is doing with the equity? He has to pull it out because he's like, I have money in there. So that's what a lot of people I've seen in the last 2-3 years do. I've literally seen them take their, because then the jobs, economy, their cars, things change. So they need a cash out refinance and they're pulling out money and then the new loan on the new house because now their job is different, their income's lower, the house, and now the rates. They're swapping out 2.5%, 4% mortgages for a fucking 9 to an 11 just so they could pull out the $100K of equity. I don't think people really understand how often this happens. Or that's kind of what really went down over the last few years. You guys remember that chart that I showed you? Remember I showed you how the average mortgage rate now on all of the U.S. mortgage debt is now back to 2017 levels? That's how that happens. Because then people, the rates were way lower. They got rid of it. But now they refinanced and then people pulled out at, right here. You guys remember I showed you this chart? So remember, look, this is the effective mortgage rate on all outstanding mortgages in the U.S. The effective rate is about 4%. 2 years ago, it was below 3.5%. Again, 4% was 2013 levels. So now you're breaking out. So how does that... So now the average interest rate on a mortgage, the overall weight is way higher than the last, 12 years? So again, because rates are high and then people got out of those and anybody pulling cash, refinancing, needing to move or anything, this is what they're doing. They're switching that out. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think people understand how often that occurs. But yeah, that's so that's what the rates are so high right now. Any weird deal to pull out equity or if you need a move or anything, you're paying 9 to 11%. If not more if you're doing something sketchy with a private dealer or a private lender and you don't know what's going on. Think about it. You don't think there's people who have 100K, 200K of equity in their house and they're desperate and they're and they're pulling out 15% loans if they don't know. Again, if you have the best terms and it's unconventional, you're getting 9, 11. Because again, a conventional best case is getting 6, 6, or 7. It's a really wild concept to think. Again, rates are really high and they've been high. That's why, again, it is odd that Powell is a little... he wanted to cut before the election. Okay, don't get me started. But yeah. Ta-da. So on that note, Chad, I will leave you there with real estate. And you're not too late. We have a lot more to do, but you need to start making good decisions. Trust me, you will be rewarded. The reward will not be immediate. You will show up collectively one day. You'll notice. You won't know when, but you'll wake up and you'll realize it. It's never immediate, baby, okay? That's it, baby. So, Chad, I love you. I really do. I hope you listen to today's philo. All right, man? And let's get it. And it's game time. Don't let up. And stop and pick up your mat. But read the books. And when you rest tonight, just, bro, you're blessed, bro. And I'll tell you now, bro, God is good. Do you know that? That's it. Remember I told you, I already told you guys, hype up God. But dude, today, I'm telling you, bro, this is my God, bro. He silences enemies. This is the God that moves seas. He moves mountains, bro. This is my guy, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro, in my head all day. Before I'm even talking to you, I'm getting out the shower and I'm like, God is awesome. God, I'm not even singing it. I'm saying it like I'm David, but not even. I'm just like, bro, this is him. He is him. Yes, the creator of all. No, for real though, bro. For real, if he ever wanted to show his face, we would all be shocked. You know that? Even we would all put our face, we go blind, bro. Are you kidding me? He is the guy, the man. He is word. He is the word, and the word. We just dumb, bro. We can't, that's what I'm saying, but he's great. You know that? He got mercy too. That's it. We don't deserve anything. You know that, right? That's what I'm saying. That's my God. I don't deserve not one thing. I ain't do one thing right, and he still was with that level of grace. So that's what. Go to bed tonight, but you think about. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what's been on my mind. That's it. That's my mental talk of what I'm saying, literally, bro, because it's facts. All right? And I don't know, man. You take heart, okay? And you mean like this guy, you into Jesus, no, take heart. That's it. You don't realize in this dark, twisted world that people have joy? You don't know? You don't think that's weird? Okay. Oh, you think that just happened? That's what you should be asking. How? Where? So my brother, that's what I want for you. Be easy. It's never that bad, and you smile above all else. You think that's it? You closer to God than you think, my friend. And you know that little smile in the saddest of moments, you're closer to God than you think, bro. You don't. So Chad, God bless you. You have a wonderful evening and sleep well tonight. All right. And I will see you in the morning. And shout out the long term and small good decisions, and shout out the faithful and finger to the sky, because that's it. It's all possible and all that. We ain't do nothing. That's it, y'all. Harder!